Hello YouTubers, it's Championdjk coming at you yet again with another video, and today we've got an Auto World Complete Series special. This is going to be Auto World 2018 Premium Release 2. I've been making these videos as I've been collecting entire sets of Auto Worlds, so the Set A, the Set B, and the Ultra Reds. I don't have any raws of this release. So I got none of that to show you, but I do have, the complete Set A, the complete Set B, and the Ultra Red. Some of these are already loose. Most of these, though, I still have to open, so we're going to open them up here. These are, in this release, 2,500 per version, so 2,500 of A, 2,500 of B, and then Ultra Reds are 3% of that entire production run of 5,000, which is going to be 150 cars. So there's 150 Ultra Reds in each one. Likely that's split up pretty evenly between the Set A and the Set B card. So you'd find this Ultra Red on this card, 75 pieces, and roughly 75 pieces on the other card. And raws are only limited to 10 across the whole line. But anyway, we're going to take a look here. Starting with this Dodge Challenger, 1973 Dodge Challenger. This was number 1 in the series. We'll take a quick look around this card. We're not going to look around any of the other cards, so take a peek at this one. This is what it looks like. There you go, Collect All 6 in 2018 Release 2. The other card, which would be blue, I believe, other than the fact that it's blue, it's pretty much the same thing. Blue, so here's your version B. So let's go ahead and start opening these things up. So let's start with this one here. Let's open it. And just set it down there. Of course, I'm going to save the box. And the little plastic insert will adjust the camera at this point to take a look at the car. Hopefully close up and in focus. And there you go. Alright, so here is version A of this Dodge Challenger. And this Dodge Challenger for me, I think, was pretty much the standout of this series. I thought it was very interesting how they did the version A and version B. Version A we have in this green color. This would be pale green with a flat white roof. So there's your flat white roof. Also has a green interior. Of course, if you're familiar with Auto World, you know these are all metal castings. They are metal on metal. They do have rubber tires. They do have an opening hood feature, which, let's see here. If they're easy to open, I'll open them. If they're not, we were just going to skip it, but because some of them are easier than others. But there you go. There's the motor in there. The motor is going to look the same between version A and version B. This one looks pretty good. Looks like there's a little bit of extra silver paint on there. Small tiny Dodge writing right there. Very good looking car. Just a beautiful looking piece. I really enjoy it. This, like I said, this one to me, this green one, and especially this next one, this black one, which is version B, which we're going to open up right now, was a standout in this release. So here's your version B. As you can see, they changed it up entirely, which is not something they always do. So this one, we get it in black, and a gloss black with a blue interior. That blue interior looks really cool on this gloss black car. Get a little bit of packaging rub right here on this black. Not sure if I could rub that out with a microfiber cloth or not. If not, I do have extras of these too. I picked up a couple of extras of this one to have just in case. Looks really good. So basically the same stuff, the same front, but they gave it a totally different wheels, and they gave it which give it a completely different look. And I quite like this release. I think it's very, very nice. So this one actually does, yeah, no, it doesn't have a, so it's just gloss black all the way around. And a very nicely done vehicle. Very, very cool. So then, of course, we have to take a look at the Ultra Red. So I'm opening that up right now. And here is the Ultra Red. It looks okay. Looks like the paint went on a little thick in places, which is interesting. So the Ultra Red actually has the features of the version A car. So it's got the white top. It's got the same wheels. It just has red tires, which the traits of these Ultra Reds are going to be Ultra Red interior. I don't know if you can see that in there. Red wheels and an Ultra Red body. Same plain metal base. And there you have it. All right, so we got to move on. So there's your first car in the series. The second car in the series is another good one. It's the Pontiac Firebird Trans Am. The 1976 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to open up version A and version B pretty much right away, right back to back here. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way. We'll take a look. There it is. I'm going to open up version B right away. So version A is sterling silver. Version B is Polaris blue. Now, the interesting thing about this release and that they chose to do it in these colors is they did already release the 1975 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am in these two exact same colors, which I'm not sure exactly how I feel about that. I guess the 75, I think, had a black interior instead of a white interior. This one, you can see the silver has a black one. The blue one has a white interior with a black dashboard. But this is a very nice car. It's one of my favorite toolings from Auto World. Of course, the hood opens to reveal a motor in there. Opens pretty easy, closes pretty good. But they did release this car basically in the same color, except for it was a 75. And the only difference between like the 75 and the 76 is the way the bumper looks. I didn't bring them out for this video to show you, and we don't really have time for it, but pretty cool nonetheless. All right, and then the Ultra Red. So there's the Ultra Red of it. It looks pretty good, except for the spoiler is a little bit raised on there, which is something I know I could probably fix if I monkey with it. I just haven't got around to doing that. But I could probably push that back in, or even just break it off and re-glue it. I don't know, whatever. Shouldn't have to do that, but it is what it is. Sometimes there's some quality control issues with even my favorite brand, Auto World. So, Ultra Red body, red tires, Ultra Red interior, and a pretty cool looking car overall. Now, they're not going to be doing the Ultra Red wheels, at least in the next release, which I am pretty happy about. This next one, I already have all these loose. So this is one of the fan favorite. This is the Ford Mustang Mach 1, 1972. This one's in bright red with a black hood and side graphics. Got a red interior as well. Very nice looking. It's got some weirdness going on with the spoiler right here, where it kind of like lips up just a little bit, and the window too. As you can see, it's a little imperfect there, but nothing major. Of course, the hood opens on this one as well, as these always do, metal on metal. There's only, I think, one casting that the hood doesn't open, and I think that is the GT40. I don't think there's any other Auto World casting where the hood does not open. So here is version A, and then version B we have right here. This is a very nice looking color. This one is light pewter with black hood and side graphics. This one is just pretty much perfect. I don't think there's anything wrong with it at all. Maybe that little bit of silver paint that got right there. So that's the interesting thing too, is these details are like painted on. They're not like tampoed. I'm not sure exactly how that works in the production process or whatever and how it differs, but it seems like they're painted. Like the trim is painted in some way, shape, or form. Because sometimes you get like some splatter and stuff, and that will show up somewhere else on the casting. Like that down there. So really awesome though. I love this color. I think this color looks good. It's almost like a champagne, but it's not quite. Hood opens. And then, of course, you got the Ultra Red. And there it is. With your red tires, it's a red body. Red, Ultra Red interior. and it looks pretty good. Looks pretty decent. But we need to move on. So, next one is going to be the Chevelle SS. They've released this car actually quite a bit of times. There's a lot of different variations of it. Slight variations in year and stuff like that. They do have some slightly different toolings of it. This one here is 1966. What you're looking at here is the version A in Danube Blue, which is a very, very deep blue. Of course, you get an opening hood. Motor detail looks really good. You got like that chrome air cleaner. '66 396. It is a beautiful looking car, definitely. And it looks okay in this color. And then the next color is a maroon. Here's your version B. So this one is, I don't even know how to pronounce it. Madeira, something maroon. So red line tires again, same sort of rims, same trim, all that stuff. Black interior, which is the same as it is on the version A. Again with the opening hood. Pretty nice looking little car. I think I like it in the blue a little bit better, but it doesn't look too bad in maroon. And then, of course, the ultra red. There is your ultra red. So again, we got an ultra red interior, ultra red body, and the red tires, which are the traits for this release. Looking pretty nice. I've noticed too some variations in the paint of ultra reds for different releases. There looks like they've been this one almost looks like the ultra red translucent color was painted over a black. It's kind of hard. I don't know if you can see that. Or it's got that metal flake kind of look to it almost, but it looks like it was painted over black. I don't know if you can kind of see that in there. This whole release kind of has that trait, and that's not necessarily the same all the time. All right, so next is the 61 Dodge Dart Phoenix. Maybe sometime I'll do a video on the varying ultra reds from series to series. So here's the Dodge Dart Phoenix. This thing is a beast. I believe this is actually the biggest Auto World casting. This car right here. It is humongous. And before this release, it only had been released one other time, and I think premium release 1. It's got motor detail in there, crazy looking motor in there. It is kind of a crazy looking car. It's a 61 Dodge Dart Phoenix in gloss black with red interior, and it does look pretty sweet. So there it is in black. And then when they release the car in black, sometimes the alternate color just has to be white. So here it is in white. This time with a blue interior. Gloss white. Again, hood opens on this thing. Lots of detail under there. I don't want to open up the hood much further than that. And there it is in white. So we got some slight paint flawage on the side there. Almost looks a little dirty on that side. And this side looks perfect though. But you do still get your little paint flaws from time to time. The thing to understand about these cars too is they pull this off being this nice at a $5 Walmart price point, which is kind of crazy because they have a lot of detail. And now we're going to open up the Ultra Red. They have a lot of detail. They're all metal. I just don't know how they pull off that low of a price tag. I mean, like, your M2s and stuff like that are more expensive, and the price of those has actually recently gone up. But these are actually cheaper than Johnny Lightning's, which are usually $6 in the store. And these are $5 a car, which is the cost. It's less than a car culture car from Hot Wheels, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. They've got so much detail on these cars. So yeah, the quality control isn't always 100% there. It's not. I will freely admit that. There are some flaws on some cars. So sometimes when you're out shopping for these, if you're lucky enough to have a store that carries them, you can kind of pick and choose and try to find a really good one. Some releases have suffered from quality control issues more than others. But still beautiful cars for the money. And just a fantastic release. So this is, again, ultra red body, ultra red interior, and red tires. And that is your 61 Dodge Dart Phoenix, which is the 5th car in the series. And we have one car left to look at, and that is the 1970 Chevy Impala. Starting with this one here in champagne gold with a flat white roof. So just open it up on camera. There it is. That's a nice looking Impala. Pretty sweet. Look at that motor in there. That gold looks really, really nice. So there's version A. Version B is a very nice color as well. It's a misty turquoise. So I'm opening that up here. And there's your misty turquoise. That is a pretty color for sure. It's got a misty turquoise interior as well. That is a beautiful car in turquoise. Again, it looks like it's almost like a little dirty on the side right here. But barely noticeable. It's probably not very noticeable if it wasn't under this lighting in this camera. But very, very pretty looking car. And then, of course, the ultra red. And this completes the series. So there it is, guys. This is 2018 premium release to all of the cars and the ultra red. Let me know what was your favorite tooling in this series. Let me know what you think of the traits of the ultra reds, and let me know what was your favorite one overall. For me, I think definitely still now having these all open, the standout release for me was definitely this Challenger. Mostly because they did something completely different between the version A and the version B of the car, which I thought was really cool that they did that. It's really cool. It's almost like two different releases, really. It looks like a completely different car having these wheels and this styling than looking like that. Like completely different. So that's why that one was really kind of the standout release. Other than that, the Mustang Mach 1 is always a favorite, and so is the Trans Am, of course. Let's go ahead and just kind of line up the ultra reds here. So there's your Trans Am. There's your Dodge. Now the ultra reds, I've spoken about this before. I'm not a huge fan of what they did with these red tires. And not really thinking that that was a great idea. Should have put the smaller cars in the back, huh? See if we could zoom out a little bit. Lift the camera up. So I was kind of vocal about that in some other videos, so we don't really need to spend too much time on it now. But still a pretty grouping of cars, and it seems that the next releases, the Ultra Reds, are not going to have colored tires, which I just don't think Auto World should do. In fact, I've talked about this before. They could even switch releases in the colors of this paint. They could do Ultra Blues. I don't care. Ultra Blues, Ultra Yellows, and just kind of do it like that. Make it some kind of metallic color that's kind of custom and spread that across the whole release. It doesn't have to necessarily be red, but the colored tires really kind of, yeah. Alright, so that's going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. Please check out my sponsor, MascarDisplays.com. Enter the promo code CHAMPION for 10% off your order. The Mascar Ultima displays that they sell fit all of the Auto World castings, including that massive Dodge Dart Phoenix. So definitely recommend it to display your Auto World collection. Thank you guys very much for watching, and have a great day.